In our nationwide sample, as far as looking at rumination being really high, so going above what we consider to be normal, it was about a third of the sample that kind of ranked at that high level. Our hypothesis is that students who ruminate on social media have other things going on, have other vulnerabilities that are causing them to sort of put all of their eggs in the social media basket, so to speak. We looked at bullying and cyberbullying. Bullying is traditional. Face-to-face, name-calling, exclusion happens at school a lot more than we would like to admit, and it causes a lot of distress. Victims tend to have a lot of depression, anxiety, they can develop suicidal ideation, that kind of stuff. So it's one of those things we're trying to figure out the best way to combat it and also figure out how to help victims. Cyberbullying is the same types of behavior, but through electronic devices. So going on Instagram and posting mean things in response to your post, shaming, posting pictures that you didn't approve, that kind of stuff. So of the two, I would expect social media rumination to be more closely associated with cyberbullying, because that's where cyberbullying happens. And we didn't find that. It was very interesting. So bullying was associated with social media rumination. So being bullied at school meant that was associated with an increased social media rumination among our participants, which then also was increased as far as their distress. So social media rumination is one of the pathways through which bullying caused distress in our students. But that did not exist for cyberbullying. And I don't really have a good reason why. The only thing I could think of is I did a study back in 2012 where I was interviewing high school students about cyberbullying. It was kind of just coming out, and they were very quick to say that they isolated what happened online from their school life. So I didn't really know what to predict as far as social media rumination in terms of gender differences. But when we looked at negative reactions to online engagement or incidents in terms of social media rumination, it was actually males who social media ruminate the most who have the greatest negative reaction. So when we're looking at the line, girls are kind of, depending on social media rumination, it goes up a little bit in terms of negativity and a negative reaction, but for males, it's a much stronger relationship between social media rumination and negative reactions to social media. Technology is amazing. It gives us a way of communicating that we've never had before. Students have access to information that we've never been able to do in the past. They have more information at their fingers than I remember having with a card catalog. But the downside of that is that it's nonstop. It's all the time, and kids find ways to hurt each other, and they're using technology to do it.